Good afternoon, everybody, and I was going to say a warm welcome back to the Life's Good, but to be honest, it's not very warm. What is going on with this weather? It has been raining now for near on 2 days without stopping. Everything is soggy, everything's a mess, and I'm finding it very difficult finding a chance, an opportunity to actually come out here and do any gardening. And I've got plenty of things that need to be taken care of. This is absolutely crazy. What day is it today? It's the 13th of June, and it's about 4:30, 4:45 in the afternoon, and I've not long gotten in. I was hoping to do a few things out here, but it's just not giving up. This weather is absolutely shocking. I'm sure lots of you are all suffering just the same. So what I'm going to do is just give you a quick run around and show you some of the problems I am having as a result of this rain. I apologise for the shaky camera work, guys. I'm holding you freehand. I'll do the best I can to keep you still. It is actually raining at the moment, so I hope I'm using my phone today to do this recording, so I hope it's not going to be affected by the rain too much. This archway in here divides my upper garden behind the lounge from what is down here, the vegetable area, and up until yesterday it had a climbing rose on it. Now, as you can see, the rose is growing up here and is now lying over here. It was in bloom, it had some beautiful flower heads on. I'll just take you through here. Now you can see on my pathway most of the rose petals are now down here on my path, and my rose bush, or climber as it were, is now lying all over here. It's come away from the trellis and is just looking very, very sorry. I do have a beautiful bloom here, and this smells absolutely wonderful. So there is a little bit of something nice about all this. I've got some other flowers on here, some more blooms I was going to say, on this climber. It's a lovely, lovely plant, and originally I bought it for £1 in the bargain corner or bargain basement of a garden centre. It looked really forlorn. I brought it home, I repotted it, looked after it, and it's been absolutely splendid until yesterday, and now it's all come away from the trellis, and I need to set about tidying that up if I get the chance. Now above this archway here is my plum tree, which was laden with plums until yesterday, and the majority of those plums, I'm not sure if I can point anything out to you guys. If we look down on the floor, I go around here and there's a plum, and there's another plum, and throughout this area, stuck up in my peony, you see here, and underneath there, most of the plums have been beaten off of the tree by the wind and the rain. Very disappointing. It's obviously going to affect my plum harvest this year. I just don't know what to say really. At this time of year, these should be swelling and ripening, and swelling maybe, but they're not staying on the tree. The wind and the rain is beating them off. It's the same with my pear tree here. That had a good number of pears on it, most of which are now on the floor around that area underneath it. The apples are hanging on. I'll take you in and let you see those. Here we've got a good crop of Braeburn apples. Now they're quite good, they're staying on the tree very well. I don't seem to have lost any of those, but sadly plums and pears have fallen against the wind and the rain. Now we'll go back down the bottom here, if I can get past my rose bush without getting caught up. I've got a lot more buds on here, I must admit, but the ones that were out, a lot of them have been knocked off, as you saw. Just squeeze through and get down here. Now clearly the rain's good for vegetable growing, but I am having a few issues. Now remember, I put my runner beans in these tubs, and quite a few of these have actually germinated. I've got one there, a couple in here. They're doing very well, very pleased. However, this gutter isn't running very well, and it's sagging, and I think I've got a loose bracket here, and this is full of water, and it's a low point on this gutter, and it's dropping down and completely flooded my runner bean tub. So this is something I need to sort out. That guttering needs to be realigned. It's clearly not flowing, and this is now full of rainwater. What a wonderful June I'm having. My makeshift greenhouse, hothouse, whatever you like to call it, that's fine. Just a quick pop in, and bit of respite from the falling rain actually. So as you can see, my peppers are here, my tomatoes, and whizzing you around to the other side, these are my other chilies, and these are all fine. This is okay in here. Just checking the maximum minimum thermometer. It is a bit chilly. So as you can see there, it's probably about 14 degrees according to that. It has been as hot as... In fact, that's not recording very accurately, guys, because that's actually the 5-degree marker, which is, what's that, about, what's that in Fahrenheit? It's probably about 40 Fahrenheit. Something like that. I'm trying to see. It's very difficult to see because the 40 is right behind the reset button. 40 Fahrenheit, and that's about 8 degrees Celsius. That's not very good for June, is it, guys? So I don't know. I was thinking the other day, do I put the heating on? Especially in this other greenhouse where I've got young seedlings and I've sown some more seeds. It's down cold in there. I'm going to step across, whoops, squeeze out of the door. I didn't give myself a lot of room in that doorway, guys, but it works okay. We'll just close this one up. Try and keep it as warm as I can. Now I'll step across here. Oh, and we've got something flying away there out of Newcastle Airport, as always. Now then, we'll just come in here. Now my digital maximum minimum thermometer is more accurate, and in the last 24 hours it's gotten down to 6.3 in here, and it's currently 14.5. Now that's Celsius, guys, so for the benefit of my American friends, I'll just convert that. Whoops, I nearly dropped you in the seed trays, guys. So here we go. If you can see that very well, it got down to 43 and it's currently 58. It has been up to 86, but that hasn't been for a good few weeks. Now apart from resetting it to Fahrenheit today, I've left this unadjusted for about 2 weeks. So during 2 weeks it's been as warm as 86 and it's currently 59. Absolutely ridiculous. I've got quite a bit in here coming on. This is my chard. I've got a few other bits and pieces under here. I've got my dwarf asters, one or two other things. I've planted some sunflowers. I didn't actually join in the sunflower challenge, guys. I decided not to. I was a bit late starting, really. Slow developer, me. But I have sown them. I bought some Magic Roundabout and Sun King sunflowers. I've put those in there. I don't know, I might be too late, but we'll see what happens. More flowers over here, and I do have some more radishes. I planted these just over a week ago, or sowed these a week ago. They're coming up, and I've got some spring onions sown in there. That's ramrod spring onion. It's a second crop of spring onions. I was hoping to get another crop in before the end of the season. I've got some Livingston daisies here to prick out. So I've got a few jobs I can keep doing. But I think the biggest talking point today has got to be this absolutely awful, shocking weather. It's just incessant. It's pouring, 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 and the temperatures have dropped incredibly low. A lot of green on here, which is fine. I've got lovely crops. My lettuces are fine, and I've got lots of radishes there, which actually are amongst my carrots. I have to be very cautious I don't pull carrots when I pull the radishes. but they've completely rushed away, and some of them are actually already going to seed, so that's a bit of a worry. And the rain's beat down some of my peas, I see here. They're all leaning the wrong way instead of attached to the net mesh that I've got here. But everything else seems okay. I've started putting some netting over my makeshift fruit frame there, so I need to crack at that finished at some point soon. Yeah, I don't know. It's just the rain is stopping me from doing so much, guys. It really is awful. Now, be interesting to hear from you all what it's like over the rest of the country or even abroad. What sort of weather are you getting at the moment? This is totally unusual weather for June. We should be getting warm weather. Traditionally, the farmers would be making hay at this time of the year. It's not happening. It's just damp, cold, miserable. And as I said, it hasn't stopped raining for 2 days now, and that's affecting everything. Well, guys, look, I'm going to pop back in. I'm going to get a cup of tea and sort myself something to eat. And I'll be back soon, and hopefully the sun will be back soon, and everybody will be happy, and we'll all be able to crack on and get everything up together. Oh, and one final thing. I did manage to weed my parsnip area. I weeded this all out. This is the one area in my plot I did have weeds. I've taken those all out, and then did a silly thing. I managed to let Daisy out, my lovely little Rhode Island Red. I let her out. She was in the top garden enjoying a bit of a stroll around, and I turned my back for a moment. She was straight down here, and she was on this bit here, and she dug up all of my parsnips. She pulled them all out. She's eaten some. So honestly, my fault. Shouldn't have turned my back and let her run around. She completely destroyed this bed. I had to replant the parsnips. Luckily the rain has come and re-watered them, and they are just about reviving. But that little rascal there was keen to devour the lot. Bless her. Right, guys, look, I've got to go. I'm a bit damp, I'm cold, I'm tired, and I think there's another aircraft coming. So I'll say goodbye. I'll see you again soon. Whatever you're doing, be safe, be happy, you take care, come back soon. Bye bye now.